The Bible begins with the book of Genesis, the name of which derives from the Greek genes tai, origin, from the Hebrew bereshit, in the beginning, setting the stage on which the story of God and his people will be played out. The great questions of life are introduced: the origin of creation, of humanity, and of sin, as well as God's desire to make the world good again once the perfect world was spoiled. The story opens not with human beings, but with God. His existence is taken for granted. He brings all creation into being by merely speaking a command. This creation, or coming into being through the divine word, is described as not a chance affair, but an orderly process that climaxes in the creation of human beings. Humans differ from animals in one key aspect. They are made following the likeness of God, who breathed his own life into them. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. Genesis chapter 1 verse 27. The fall. According to the story told in Genesis, Adam, the first man, and Eve, the first woman, enjoyed a close relationship with God in the idyllic Garden of Eden. But before long, in response to the enticement of Satan in the guise of an evil serpent, they chose to contravene the one restriction that God had given them. After their sin, or transgression of God's law, Adam and Eve's relationship with God was fractured, their interaction with creation changed, they could no longer live in the garden where they had been placed, and their relationship with one another was marred. Out of Eden. Adam and Eve's family grew after leaving Eden, but sin continued to blight their lives. Cain, the oldest son of Adam and Eve, killed his brother Abel. Although there were positive developments, such as music and metalwork, God lost patience with human beings because of their wickedness and violence. Despite grieving over his creation, God decided to wipe out humanity by means of a flood, but he spared one family on whom the future of the world would depend. Noah, chosen because he was a righteous man, 6-9, obeyed God's command to build an ark, or boat, in the desert. Here he preserved his family, along with the earth's animals, securing a future for God's creation. After the flood. The flood receded, marking a new beginning for humanity, but sin continued to corrupt the goodness of God's creation. Noah's 3 sons were to give rise to the nations and territories of the region. However, they were not always faithful to God or their father. The challenge made to divine authority by the sons' descendants was typified by the building of a tower at Babel in an attempt to reach heaven. God intervened, worried by what a homogeneous group of people were accomplishing. To thwart such cooperation in the future, he caused people to speak in different languages and then he scattered them over the earth.